In this tutorial, we are going to look at colors and Jumbotrons and buttons. Let's start with colors. There are text colors and there are background colors. There are button colors, and they all tend to follow the same sort of system. Instead of saying blue and red and yellow, they've tried to give those colors meanings: success, info, warning, danger, secondary, white, dark. These are the kinds of words, contextual classes that are used to provide meaning through colors. We can give the body a background color by simply saying body class. Let's do BG dark. I like that one. Let's see what that looks like. The entire body has a dark background. Let's give this main container a class. Notice that we do not add extra parentheses, we just add a space and we can give it another class. One HTML object can belong to multiple classes. We could do light or we could do secondary. Let's try secondary. BG secondary. You can barely see it because I just have some rows. I don't have anything else going on. So let's see. Here's the main container. Here's where it begins. I'll put an H1 up here that says, welcome to my demo page. And then maybe a paragraph down here. Once again, I am just clicking on a closing div so that I can look and see, what is this closing? This is where row 2 ends, right here. Row 2 ends right there. So if I were going to put just a paragraph with some text, let's see what that looks like. All right, now we can see the main container in its gray secondary color. Here's my H1. Above the rows, this is row number 1. This is row number 2, obviously. And below row number 2, I have a paragraph. Let's talk about text colors. We've done several of the background colors. We haven't done anything with the text colors. It's the same concept, meaning through colors. You just start with text minus or text hyphen and then do the same thing. My H1 here. Let's make this H1 text primary. The first row. Let's change all of the text in the first row so that it is text. I could do light or I could do white. Let's try light. Doesn't look good with this. And oh, I do not like how that primary turned out right there. That doesn't look good at all. I could do dark gray. That's just text hyphen dark. Okay, so the H1 text hyphen dark. Welcome to my demo page. Let's try text hyphen light. Not bad. What about text hyphen white? I don't really see any difference between light and white. They must be the same. It looks good with the white on the blue. Does not look good with the white on the yellow. And it does look pretty good with the white on the green. So let's just change this one. Text. Well, let's look at W3 page. Danger. That's weird, but okay. It's readable. Let's try this paragraph text down at the very bottom. What else haven't we done? We haven't done warning or info. Let's test those. So this paragraph, class, text, warning. That looks pretty good. The yellow on a gray background. Let's see what info looks like. Not great. It's just a little hard to read. Muted, I think, is going to just blend in completely. It looks like secondary and muted are the exact same color. So it's going to make it just invisible if I do that. Text, success. Okay, that is colors. Jumbotron is just a big gray box just for calling attention to something. Maybe starting a new section. Maybe this is a website for a car dealership and halfway down the page you want to have a big box that says new summer blowout. This is a good way to call attention to something. Calling extra attention to some special content or information. It makes sense to make it the thing at the top of the page. That's what I'm going to do right now. It doesn't have to go at the top, but it makes sense to put it there. Should it go above the main container? No, it should be inside of the main container still. So a div class Jumbotron. Okay, what do I want to go inside of the Jumbotron? Maybe an H1, maybe a paragraph. Well, I'll use my welcome to my demo page and put it inside of there. Press format this file, and it automatically fixes the indentation there. Ooh, looks bad. I don't like the gray. I don't like the white text now. So let's fix it. Background, dark. Looks weird with the whole body having the dark background and that having a dark background. Okay. You know, the color choices are there for you to play around with. Just try to make sure that you're not putting gray on gray, secondary background, and secondary text, it suddenly is invisible. It's there, but you just can't see it. So that would be a mistake to do that. Info background, it's like the light blue, like a Derby blue. And then the text, with text, there are a couple more options. So there's muted, there's text white, there's text black, there is text body. That looks fine. So Jumbotron, just a big section for making big text. You can put more than one thing inside of it. Like in the example, they also put a paragraph. Yeah, so a heading and a paragraph. It just shrinks with the page. Next, buttons. Buttons come in different color that match all the other like color schemes. So a primary button, a warning button, a danger button, a light button, a dark button, a success button. First, we're just going to create an HTML button. Let's put an HTML break and then put our button and then another break after the button. All right, what do I want the button to say? Click me. Here's what it looks like just without any Bootstrap. It doesn't look great. It looks really old. It looks square, looks bad. So let's add the Bootstrap classes. First, there's just btn, and it doesn't matter which button you want, they should all have the btn class. If you want to add a color, then it's a second class that you're going to add. So btn. Notice that, doesn't that look weird? It doesn't automatically give it a body. Isn't that strange? So I usually don't even bother with the basic button, but give it btn and then primary or btn info or btn warning. That looks so much nicer. I like the hover over it, how it changes colors. Change it from primary to warning if I really want to get their attention. Or danger is another one that gets your attention. Yeah, that looks like something that I need to click immediately. Notice that this button doesn't do anything because we would need to add an on-click alert. Or later we'll learn about how to open up the sort of replacement for alert, which is the modal. This alert, this pop-up, it feels old, it looks old. The modal looks so much nicer, so much more modern. Okay, so in this video, this tutorial video, we talked about the different color classes, the Jumbotron, and Bootstrap buttons.